Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and this morning I'm looking at a book from Steve Hynes. It's from the Legal Action Group and it's called Austerity Justice. It's this little book here. Now, it has got the title, there's a little bit of blurb on the back of it. It has got the title Austerity Justice, Law for All, and it's very much part of this stable of publications from LAG. There's an index at the back. It's only a small book running to 170 odd pages. It's basically narrative throughout. You can see the subheads there, for instance, dealing with particular areas of law. There's a contents section starting off with a big society and then running through. And then there are various appendices justifying the various points that Steve is making concerning the way in which justice is going at the moment. It's dedicated to all the organisations and people who've been part of the Justice for All campaign. And really the book, apart from being partly a political book, it's actually a book looking at the way in which justice is being dealt with under the new coalition government policies since 2010. The title Austerity Justice obviously indicates that there are problems, because I've given the title of this review, "We are all in this together," which is the favourite mantra, if you like, of George Osborne and David Cameron, and certainly the others who are part of the coalition. But the issue that is raised in this book, which I think is of fundamental importance to everybody practising, is the attack effectively on the civil legal aid scheme, which we obviously as barristers and solicitors provide. The services, of course, have been provided for 40 or 50 years, and one of the biggest problems that we have at the moment is the decaying support that we get from organisations like the Citizens Advice Bureau. I in fact get quite a lot of my own work from the CABs, which are referrals to my local law centre. The austerity measures, therefore, which Steve Hynes has outlined, means that from 2013 onwards it's going to become a much more reduced service, and we're already seeing that in the law centres themselves. So what Austerity Justice does as a book is it looks at how the civil legal aid safety net has been established and why it's now under threat due to the combination of the austerity policies, that's the economic policies, and the casual indifference, as he calls it, of the few powerful politicians of the state looking at the responsibility to provide a proper civil justice system which would guarantee some form of equality before the law regardless of means. And that, of course, is the big issue. The problem we've got, of course, is the main act is the Legal Aid Sentencing and Punishment of Offenders Act 2012, which is beginning to look to some people as though it's a bit of an attack on the legal aid system. However, this book sets out in the various chapters the various points, and what he calls it a rump service. And I have to say that whilst I don't necessarily support some of the political points Steve Hynes makes, I do recognise that what we are getting is some form of rump service. I do welcome this book. The contents cover the peaks and troughs of legal aid, the big society concept which Cameron came up with. Then he looks at the civil legal aid processes over the past 40 to 50 years, and then looks really at where we are going in the future. So I think anybody who's involved in legal aid work will find this an excellent book. I'd like to thank Steve Hynes and the Legal Action Group for an excellent statement on what we're facing at the moment, whether we like it or not. As I said, we're all in this together, although I sometimes wonder. Thank you, Steve. Bye-bye.